So, as if we don't have enough things to divide us, we then came up with something new. When we was doing a Daily Go Getimism show yesterday, when we was talking about hood rich, but still suburbs poor, we got to talking about we got to talking about Catholic schools versus public schools. And I never really realized that we did have a division going on there. One more thing to divide us. So let's get into that. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily Daily Go Getimism number 1K64 for August 27, 2017. I'm sorry, August 28th, 2017. So yeah. So we was talking about the black people that we knew that went to parochial schools or Catholic schools all of their scholastic life. Like if you went to a Catholic school from kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, then you never had the public school experience. And I've noticed that people who have never attended public schools, they have a strange way of thinking about the way the public school system works. Basically, they feel like because they have paid for their education all of their lives, that they think that the education that they have received has to be superior than the public school education. Now, anybody who has gone to decent public schools knows that that's not true. You know, the learning materials are the same, especially when it comes to math and science. You either know it or you don't. Math is one of the most evening. Well, it's one of the things that even the playing ground worldwide. Math is no different anywhere around the world. Of course, you have English, the English system and the metric system, but it still has addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Division. That brings us to black people. You know, as if we didn't have enough time wasted talking about light skin versus dark skin, good hair versus bad hair, this neighborhood versus that neighborhood, East Coast versus West Coast versus Dirty South versus Midwest, Bloods versus Crip versus what's that? What are those Chicago? Oh, Latin King, whatever, Latin Kings and those Chicago gangs that have been thriving since all the way back to like the 60s. So it's crazy. Maybe even the 50s. Who knows? So it's crazy. It really is a crazy situation. And now we have gender. We have gender that separates us, male versus female. Only black though. They don't do that with other races from what I see. But they always trying to put the black man against the black woman, dividing our community that way. Rich versus poor. Not necessarily rich versus poor, but let's say paid versus broke. You know? And, gay versus straight. More and more divisions. Actually, I think that's a legitimate one, but I'll be picking and choosing. But anyway. But yeah, we don't need another division. We don't need any more divisions. We have more than enough divisions. We are chock full of divisions. It's the only thing that we do have in our community. It seems like the mainstay. But when you start talking about the way that you have received your lower education, higher education is college. So when you start talking about your lower education from kindergarten all the way up to the 12th grade, elementary school, middle school, high school. So, when you have a disconnect between the black people who have gone to private school and the black people who have gone to public school, one of the things that we need to really note and be proud of is the fact that we both went to school and we both graduated. Hopefully we went on to higher learning. Hopefully we went on to go to college and learned how to work out our differences when we got there. Sometimes it works, a lot of times it doesn't. Our people are crazy. They really are. We really are. But speaking of college and another division, black students who went to HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, and those of us who went to conventional, traditional colleges and universities, aka white schools. So we have the students who went to the black schools, who some of us who went to the white schools would say probably aren't that smart. Their degree probably isn't going to be worth anything. Maybe they got over because they were black, they were all black, and they want to see each other succeed. So they probably got the grades just by showing up. What are you crazy? You think they're going to lose their credibility just so they can graduate people as if we know the big white universities do that when it comes to their athletic scholarships or their athletes, period, because those athletes bring all of the revenue to the school. So when we start talking about black people who have gone to college, is there a disconnect between the black people who have gone to HBCUs and black people who have gone to white schools? Should there be? Is there? And of course, whether we went to a white school, whether we went to a HBCU, we had the divisions within the school. It was more light skin versus dark skin, good hair versus bad hair. But then we had the fraternities getting it in. Omega Psi Phi, Kappa Alpha Psi, A Phi A, even Groove Phi Groove, and can't forget Phi Beta Sigma, AKAs, the Delta Sigma Theta, Zeta Phi Beta, and Sigma Gamma Rho. So then there's more divisions there. You're not in my club, you're not in my league, you didn't do what I did. This is us, and those are you. So now we're separated by education. Damn, we're supposed to be getting the education in order. We're supposed to be going to school in order to learn how to come together. Instead, we're going to school to learn how to divide from each other even more. I almost forgot about religious views and religious practices that divide us. Can't forget about Christian versus Muslim, Hebrew Israelite, Christians versus Christians, Catholics versus Holiness Pentecostal versus Baptist. It's just, man. We gotta learn to come together, y'all. We don't have no choice. We gotta learn to come together. This ain't gonna work. We gotta do better. So let's try to do better. This is what I want y'all to do. Please try to think of 5 things that do unite black people. I'll give you one, and it's not a positive one, but it's definitely one, but it doesn't seem to last. One of the things that unites us as a people is when one of our unarmed brothers and sisters gets murdered by white police officers. And we'll come together for 5 minutes to 15 minutes. Do a candlelight vigil, a march, a protest. Attend court dates. Watch the policemen never get convicted. And then we will become demoralized. And probably, the ones of us who don't get demoralized will start that process over and over again. Expecting this different result. And knowing that the same result is going to come. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. Remember, listen, just do me that one favor. Please, think of 5 things that bring black people together. Besides, and I mean really bring us together. I mean bring us together in a positive way. I'm not talking about when one of our loved ones gets murdered or killed or if they die. But I mean things that unite us as a people and try to uplift us, elevate us. See what y'all come up with. I think it'll be an interesting exercise. The Daily Go Getimism show is every single day, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Call the number 319-527-6199. But listen, tomorrow night on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we're talking about Take Me As I Am. Take Me As I Am. Sound like something that would be said in a Mary J. Blige song. As a matter of fact, it is something that was said in a Mary J. Blige song. So we're going to talk about people who always talking about Take Me As I Am, but they need so many more improvements in their life. Yet, they expect you to just put up with all that craziness. You know? Take me as I am. Good or bad. Well, what if I take you as you are, but I know that you have potential and we can grow together? Am I taking you as you are then? I don't know. We're going to see. Tomorrow night, August 30th, 2017. 11:30 p.m. Get at us. I know it's a little bit late, but do it anyway, man. It's going to be hot. And I'll let y'all later. Peace. I said I'll let y'all later. Peace. Yeah.